Very grateful for the opportunity. Very grateful to repeat the words of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada from the book Nectar of Holy Name and Japataka of His Holiness Ram Govind Swami Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada was mentioning in chanting, we request Radha and Krishna to engage us in their service. Now, while doing this, it is very important to avoid the offenses. His Holiness Ram Govind Swami Maharaj was mentioning in the offenses, there are three types of offenses: by body, by mind, and by speech. So we should be very, very careful to avoid these offenses. Even in mind, offense committed in mind also matters because that is going to come as a speech and the action. And we should be very, very careful not to hurt anybody, even with the speech. So he gives a very wonderful example of Srila Rupa Goswami from Nandagram. He was there in place called Terakadam. And one day, Srila Rupa Goswami was meditating on the pastime of Lord Sri Krishna and Srimati Radharani. So Lord Krishna wanted to see a face of Radharani and she was hiding the face. And Lord Krishna was very anxious to see her beauty. And seeing this, he was meditating and he laughed. At the same time, it happened that one Vaishnava happened to pass by. And when he would walk, he would limp. He could not walk properly. So it so happened, the Rupa Goswami laughed and this devotee happened to pass. And he thought that because I'm limping, Rupa Goswami laughed. And he felt offended. And immediately after an incident, the meditation of Rupa Goswami broke. He tried to again meditate, but he could not. Then he approached his elder brother, Srila Sanatana Goswami, and told him that I am not able to relish or I am not able to see the pastime of Lord Krishna. So Srila Rupa Sanatana Goswami said, did you offend any devotee? Offend any devotee? He said, no, I did not. So then they had a plan because they're very well known. So they had a feast for all the Vaishnavas. He said, the one who did not come, he is the one whom you have offended. And it's very sure everybody came and this particular devotee did not come. And they realized that this devotee was offended. So they went to this devotee and asked that why you did not come. He said, actually, this has happened and I was offended because Srila Rupa Goswami, he laughed at me. And then they explained to him that it was Rupa Goswami explained that I did not laugh at you. I was meditating on Lord Krishna. And because of this first time, I laughed. And he begged forgiveness. And after that, he resumed. He could get darshan of Lord and he could see the pastime. So Maharaj was mentioning is very, very important that we should be very, very careful because this is a preparation which going to help us. Now, how do you avoid offenses? Last Japatak we discussed about few techniques given by His Holiness Sachidananda Swami Maharaj. So the main point here is our offenses are avoided by trying to avoid offenses. Very nicely, His Grace Nimai Chandra Prabhu that day gave a talk. So he was mentioning, so we should not try to complete the round, but we should try to meditate and do it carefully. It's a very wonderful point. But how do you do it? So the answer is by trying to do it. How do you chant nicely? By trying to chant nicely. Now the option is now we have a limited time. We cannot say let me few devotees can do it, but it's very difficult for a grahasthas to take out. If I cannot chant one round, let me chant the second round, and until I chant it nicely, I will not count the round. If we can do it, it's very wonderful. But we are trying to improve on chanting. So every morning we sit and we are trying to chant. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj mentioned once, even that consciousness that I want to improve, that's a big achievement. So we should not be proud, but we should be always trying to chant better. And that trying will let us get us the mercy of Lord. So that efforts are very, very important. So in this regard, I remember we had a tradition of child marriage, which was banned rightly because of the wrong practices. But the concept was you get married in childhood. So it was like even the bride and groom, they would fight in the marriage because they're very children. And now gradually the girl would approach the husband every day. Now there also they fight because they're children. But gradually that appreciation or the understanding develops. And they're allowed to come together when they're at a respective marriable age. Until that time, they would stay at their parent place. So the idea is by constant association, you are understanding each other, you're developing the relation. It takes substantial time. So you should be very, very sure that when we are trying to chant, we are trying to develop a relationship. And it is not a one day job. Gradually, we are trying to get association of Krishna and we are trying to get that lost relationship. And when we are matured enough, as after child marriage, after matured age, they're allowed to come. When we are matured enough and we put our sincere efforts, Krishna will be pleased, devotee will be pleased, and then we'll be able to unite, we'll be able to relish this relationship. Once one Christian, he said that I go to church every day and I don't remember, I hear lectures, but I don't remember even a word. So I should stop going to church. So the other guy, he said, actually, I am married from last 20 years, and every day my wife cooks for me. I don't remember even a single dish she cooks. So should I stop eating? No, because she's been cooking. You are alive, it means you are eating and you are sustaining. Similarly, we are able to chant, it means we are getting some taste. It is not possible to continue chanting without a mercy and without some taste in holy name. So the key is how do you improve? How do you avoid offenses? By trying to avoid offenses. How do you improve on chanting? By trying to improve on chanting. So, and I'll just end with one point. The Radhanath Swami Maharaj in the recent talk, he was mentioning very nicely, if you're able to see the fault in somebody else, you should realize that I am only able to see the fault because I have the fault. So this is a very wonderful concept. And he said other way, if you associate with the fault of other, that will come to you. So if you just contemplate on this, it's a very wonderful concept. If I'm able to see the fault, it means I have the fault. So let me improve on my fault than trying to see somebody else's fault. So if you just try, so that sincere try is a key where that efforts will please Krishna, and one day on the maturity, we can release that relationship and we'll be able to chant better and better and able to serve devotees. Hare Krishna. Harinam Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki